Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, we'll be talking about the do while loop in Java. So this is what a do while loop looks like in Java. And the purpose of a do while loop is to run code multiple times. Okay, that's why they call it a do while loop. But you might be asking yourself, well, what's the difference between this and say a for loop and a regular while loop, right? You can also run code multiple times with those loops. Why do I need a do while loop? Well, a do while loop, you'll see that the body, instead of it being underneath the keyword while, it's actually up on top. And what this does is it guarantees that this code inside the body will run at least once. Okay, and that could be very important in some applications depending on what you want to do. But if you want to guarantee that this will run at least once, then you might want to use a do while loop. Okay. So to write a do while loop, you start with the keyword do, do, okay, and then you have your open and closing curly braces, and then anything inside is the code that you want to run multiple times, okay. And then right underneath it, you have the while keyword, and of course you have your conditional. Okay, and just like with any loop, whether it's for loop, while loop, or in this case a do while loop, you're gonna need those three sections that I've mentioned in the previous videos. You need a variable creation, okay, mine is up here. You also need a conditional, which is down here, and you need an incrementer, which is right here inside of the body, okay? All right, so let's step through this real quick. I created a variable called I, and I've given it the value of 0. So I right now is 0, right? So it enters the do body here. It runs this once, okay? It does not have to do any checks or anything before it gets to it. It just knows that it has to get here and run it. So it runs this once. And then I is incremented by 1. So I is now 1, okay? So it says while 1 is less than 5, okay, which is true, right? While I is less than 5, then it'll go back here and it'll run this again, and then it'll increment I by 1, and then I will now be 2, and it'll do the conditional check and so on, okay? So remember, the purpose of a do while loop is to guarantee that the code in the body, okay, that these statements are able to run at least one time, okay, at least one time. Because if this is false right off the bat, then this won't print many more times, but it'll print at least once, okay? So let me go ahead and run this so you can see. You'll see that the word yo was printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, okay? And that sort of makes sense, right? Let's go ahead and make this false right off the bat. So let's say that I starts off at 5. Okay, so this conditional here, let me change this to 10. Okay, so 10 is not less than 5, right? So we know that this automatically, right from the start, is false. Now let's see how many times this gets printed. So we'll go ahead and run it. And you'll see that it only prints yo once, okay? Because the conditional check is at the very end. It doesn't start at the beginning, it's at the very end. So it guarantees that this will run at least once, okay? All right, so that is all for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.